Sometimes all you need is a gorgeous solo experience to get away from it all. From over 80 titles from the last 5 years, we bring you the top 25 AAA PC games you can enjoy on your own, all arranged by PlayScore. You can find the complete list on our website, whattoplay.com, link in the description box below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.
I will make you pay!
Opening at number 25 is Tales of Berseria. The 16th main installment of the acclaimed Tales series, Berseria steps away from their usual jolliness as they take you on a mission for vengeance. Follow Velvet Crow and her party of misfits and roam around the world of desolation. Packed with improvements to combat, frame rates, and hotkeys, it received a play score of 8.56.
Your world.
At number 24, we have Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. Sure, it's a remaster, but it's a remaster done well enough to deserve that AAA credit. Collaborating with the talented animators of Studio Ghibli, Level 5 created a world that's as magical as the studio's hit movies. Relive the moments of the original game along with their intriguing set of characters, all in the mesmerizing resolution of today's generation. It has a play score of 8.57. Sneaking into number 23 is Hitman 2. As a sequel to their 2016 title, this entry both revolutionized the series while retaining elements that made Hitman great. Expanding on their sandbox experience, test your assassination skills using their array of new weapons and concussive gadgets in 8 exotic locations. The next best thing, while we wait for the next gen finale, Hitman 2 has a play score of 8.59.
XCOM lives.
Defend the Earth at number 22 with XCOM 2. Firaxis did so well in the revival of the cult classic strategy shooter that this sequel was a no-brainer. Exceeding the success of their first game, XCOM 2 levels up their extraterrestrial extermination. It raises the flag of the tactical turn-based games even higher, with new variations in enemy types and maps. Who even needs other players when you have randomly generated to last a lifetime? It has a play score of 8.59. Racing into number 21 is Dirt Rally. Racing games are usually under the realm of fast-paced multiplayer action. However, with the depth of simulation in Codemasters Rally Racer, even solo racing enthusiasts have a lot to bite into. Test your optimizations, try it out on the tracks alongside your driving skills, and see if you can survive their punishing tracks. It's their high-risk, high-reward gameplay that earns it a play score of 8.61. May the Force be with you at number 20 with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. EA has refocused their energies into the single-player experience in this fresh Star Wars Jedi entry. Set after the events of the Revenge of the Sith, take on the role of a Padawan spared in the Order 66 Purge and rebuild the Jedi Order. Balancing strong video game influences and narrative richness, this might just be the best Star Wars game to date with a play score of 8.64. At number 19 is Gears of War 4. 25 years after the events of the original trilogy, Marcus Phoenix makes a return to the fray. Now aged and wise, he takes on the role of mentor to his son as they fight against a new threat. There may already be a Gears 5, but it wasn't quite as we expected. With that in mind, this remains the best in Microsoft's cover-based shooter with a play score of 8.67. Into the number 18 spot is Grand Theft Auto 5. It may have been 5 years since its debut, but this 5th entry is still going strong. With the vastness of its open world and the variety of activities, both within the story and out, GTA 5 has a lot to offer us, even to this day. Sure, committing crime is a lot more fun with friends online, but this installment's threefold perspective is worth the single-player experience too. It has a play score of 8.67. It's Rudy Tooty Gun and Shooty at number 17 with Red Dead Redemption 2. And right after a Rockstar classic, we get one of their most recent masterpieces. A long-awaited PC port to a long-awaited sequel, they made sure the wait was worth it with this thrilling tale of outlaw Arthur Morgan in the fictionalized Wild West era. RDR2 was everything we expected and more, boasting stunning detail in terms of graphics, storyline, and even historical tidbits. A field trip we can enjoy for more years to come. It has a play score of 8.71.
It is your fate to save this world.
Number 16 gives us Dragon Quest XI: Echoes of an Elusive Age. Considered as the best of the series yet, take on the role of the brave hero and explore a world full of monsters to slay and secrets to discover. Letting you switch between 2D and 3D visuals, they're showing off just how far the series has come. It might lack a few of the bonus content from the definitive edition, it's still quite the adventure with a play score of 8.73. At number 15, we have Dragon Quest Builders 2. Having a sequel as successful as their first outing just shows how groundbreaking this spin-off of the Dragon Quest series was. Refining their voxel crafting adventures a la Mojang's Minecraft, this second entry was an improvement on all fronts, featuring new biomes, interesting gameplay changes, and a new focus on character customization. The journey is as personal as ever, with a play score of 8.75. Racing into number 14 is F1 2019. While the F1 series already has a new installment coming up, it's clear that Codemasters has maintained quality in this series based on their latest entry. With improved handling and physics, new cars, plus a dynamic day and night cycle, F1 2019 is still the best Formula 1 experience on the PC with a play score of 8.77. Did you know your reviews can influence the play score? Register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing games. Link in the description box below. All hell breaks loose at number 13 with Doom. The Doom franchise has lasted for decades, but id Software's 2016 revival has become the face of the series in this generation. The iconic Doom guy gets an HD makeover, and you get to jump into his shoes as he slays demons in the most badass way possible. A few sequels have been lined up for this reboot series, but on the PC, number 1 remains the best game with a play score of 8.85. Lara Croft's back at it again at number 12 with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Our second reboot series revives another icon from our early childhood video games. Crystal Dynamics brings Lara Croft to the modern age, not just as the female badass as we remember her, but also as a passionate woman stumbling into heroism. Her origin story may be different, but the action and the adventure stays quite the same, and it receives a play score of 8.86. It's New Horizons at number 11 with Forza Motorsport 7. Microsoft's exclusive racing series makes it early on our list. While Forza is generally known for its jaw-dropping graphics, this particular sub-series is perfect for avid racing fans, with 30 different tracks and over 700 cars, including their Porsche cover star. Featuring the dynamic weather system for the first time in motorsport, it's one of their most beautiful and immersive entries with a play score of 8.86. Command thy soul to Lord Sigmar at number 10 with Total War, WARHAMMER II. Strategies may be too niche a genre for most, but Total War's exploration of the Warhammer universe has helped it chip its way into the mainstream. With this sequel, Creative Assembly refines what made the first game so great, particularly their single-player campaign. Designing it with action at every turn, it's an expansive entry that gets even better with their many DLCs. A play score of 8.88. Reach the apex at number 9 with Titanfall 2. Titanfall may be more known for their multiplayer mode, their second entry was the first to feature a single-player campaign. Exploring the bond between man and their sci-fi machines, it's definitely a journey worth celebrating.
Okay so far.
Copy that. Keep your fingers crossed.
getting both their campaign and their stunning multiplayer for a fraction of its original AAA pricing. It's bang for your buck gaming with a play score of 8.9.
Remember, fires are known to fade in quiet.
Get good at number 8 with Dark Souls 3. There are some journeys best done alone, and From Software's punishing action RPG is one of them. While they gained their reputation for their patience-testing combat, this farewell to the series had a lot in store for willing adventurers. Adding new layers of complexity to their gameplay and variety to their items and monster designs, Dark Souls 3 is equal parts beauty and beast with a play score of 8.96.
I like working solo anyway.
Keeping us waiting at number 7 is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. While Kojima's Death Stranding isn't out on the PC yet, this 5th installment of the long-running Metal Gear series remains as his highest-rated title. It showcased the best of the Fox engine with its emergent open world and deep stealth mechanics. As usual for Kojima, the story is subject to criticism, but it was a fitting farewell to Snake's story. It has a play score of 8.98. Jackpot at number 6 with Devil May Cry 5. Capcom had a killer comeback prepared for their 5th entry. Not only does it take us back into the shoes of Demon Slayer's Nero and Dante, it also adds a new character into the mix, leveling up the variety and excitement of their hack-and-slash action. Play around with the new ways to kill and put style into your slaying. Considered one of the best Devil May Cry games in a while, it has a play score of 8.99.
I expected no less from you, my boy.
Hesitation is defeat at number 5 with Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. The Dark Souls series may have met its end, but there's still fresh new ideas coming from Software. Retaining the brutal difficulty of their previous games, play as a samurai with a prosthetic arm, and make your way through the gorgeous landscapes of 16th century Sengoku Japan. The scenery may be beautiful and rife with the creepiness of Japanese myth. It's a rough road ahead for whoever dares. It has a play score of 9.07. In the number 4 spot is Resident Evil 2. Capcom is doing amazing work with their reboot series, but Resident Evil 2 was them at the top of their game. Bringing back their proven and tested formula for survival horror, take on the roles of Leon and Claire as they go through their original storyline with a few changes in perspective. Packed with new content that bridges new and old, it gets a play score of 9.21. Rolling the dice at 3rd place is Divinity: Original Sin 2. Larian Studios' reputation for high-quality RPGs has risen so fast since the debut of their Divinity series. In this sequel, their world grew even bigger, allowing players to bring a friend to tag along or lord over others in DM mode. At its heart though, it's still the immersive, story-driven experience it always was. Dive into their fully realized world of complex characters and interactive environments. Faithful to the spirit of pen and paper RPGs, it has a play score of 9.37.
Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
Toss a coin to your number 2 spot with The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red's latest greatest achievement before the unfortunately delayed release of Cyberpunk 2077. It was this game that brought them to international attention, putting a close to their Witcher trilogy with a vibrant open world that's brimming with life. They have since improved the experience with new DLCs, but even its vanilla state, The Witcher 3, is a hallmark of the studio's excellence, earning a play score of 9.4.
I'm here. So what's the plan?
And the best AAA single-player PC game in our list is Half-Life Alyx. Valve's latest surprise. Yes, you'll need extra equipment to experience this next level title, but they did make sure that it's worth your time and investment. It's not exactly the sequel we all expected. However, it's an expansion of the universe that they created, stirring the same kind of tension, terror, and intrigue that the original presented. A technical and narrative feat, it gets a play score of 9.49.